So kind of jumping on this green Easy-Go cart to start getting it ready to bring up to the lake in the spring. And in a previous video, maybe one or two, I had given the whole rundown of about the cart and how I came across it and my plans for doing it. So I'm not going to do it again. But let's just say I've got a friend up there that has some mobility issues, and this is going to help him get around to visit people. So I'm going to make sure this is good and ready for him and bring it up for him. And right now, one of the quick things I just did was a plastic repair. And I had done a video on this previously about this plastic repair kit. This thing is fantastic for like 25 bucks on Amazon. I think I've used this for a ton of stuff now. And it has these little, staple type things. And you basically just melt them into that. And then once it's melted, that huge crack, they go into there. Long story short, you then clip them off and you just kind of grind them down real fast. And that is now pretty much as strong as it would, could be. You could put a little epoxy on it or whatever afterwards if you want, but fantastic. Other thing I had done, water was low on the batteries. Added water to all the batteries, checked everything out. I probably still need to check the connections and clean them a little better. But I've been charging it slowly. I keep charging, and it seems to be much better now. I haven't got it outside yet to do a test now to see if it runs better on hills or whatnot, because I'm still working on the other carts. But I took the dash off because the only thing I want to make sure I want to get done as well are these lights. I want him to have headlights. So I'm like, there's got to be a voltage reducer somewhere, because this is a 36 volt cart system. And these are guaranteed they're 12 volt lights. So I took the dash off and I'm like, let me see what's going on with the switch and to see if there's a voltage reducer in there somewhere, or if I can trace it back to here to find that, to see if it's the reducer itself or if the lights are bad or whatnot. And this has apparently been quite a home for mouse, chipmunk, squirrel, who knows, whatever the hell it is. But they have quite the goodies in here, so I'm hoping that they didn't do some damage to the wiring. And there's an awful lot of extra wire in there for some reason. So, and that doesn't look very good either. I see wire sticking out of whatever that is. So I am going to clean up this first and then start looking at that wiring. I'll bring a little 12 volt battery over here, little motorcycle battery, and see if I can just get these fired up first directly off of the ground wire that's going to them and the live wire, and just to test to see if the lights themselves are good. If they're not, I will go ahead and yank it out, put new lights in. But what kind of gives me a little hesitation is that usually the switches like this, they light up when you actually turn them on or off. This one didn't, so either that's not that tight, which it could be, or the power going to that is no good. So we're going to find out in a few seconds to see what's going on after I clean up the mice nest and all the acorns and goodies that they ate. So as you can see, I decided to scrape them as much of this up as I can, because it almost looks like it is a bed liner type crap or something that they put on with a paintbrush, and it's coming up, it's like plastic and almost like strips. So now the plan is, anywhere that it is coming up, I am going to scrape it all off, and what I'll probably do is get a textured flat black spray and flat black spray it textured, once I get all the crap off of it, so it'll at least look halfway decent. It won't, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but if it's textured, you won't see quite as much the spots where this stuff just peels right off, and you end up having gaps, you know what I mean, and kind of spots that would show up with a normal spray paint. So it's not a lot to it. It's going to take some time. Keep scraping this down, make my way around, scrape whatever I can off the front, and that's going to be it. Hopefully I can find something that won't interact, shall we say, like chemically with whatever that paint is, and will stick to it. So I'll be doing some searching around, and if anybody has any ideas, just throw it down in the comments. Hopefully I should have this video up prior to me actually painting it, so if somebody could actually help with what would be the best type of spray paint to use, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks. Well, that wasn't too bad. As you can see, you got a bunch there, a bunch more around there, a little bit out in front, a little bit more down the sides. That's pretty much what can come off of that as far as was flaking up. And I just did it kind of like, you know, when you paint the house, just scrape up all the old stuff, and when I have to go, like I said, go over it. So at least it's off there. That's a bonus. And good spots, you know, we pretty much got almost all of it off there on the bottom part there. And so I'm just gonna mask it all off, do a paint of it, and see what happens.